Welcome to our session. What a ride it is. Diving into that conversation with Professor Yuen Ang. It's a deep dive into tech, politics, and the intricate dance between innovation and control.
I'm really excited, to get into that mix of ideas. What stands out to you first?
Well, the conversation, clocking in at roughly 1 hour and 27 minutes, really explores how digital technology reshapes government, power, and the cultural landscape. It's like a roadmap of our future challenges.
That sounds fascinating. So, what would you say is the anchor of the entire discussion?
The discussion anchors on the evolution of digital governance, how systems of power are adapting or sometimes failing to adapt to emerging technologies. It ties in historical perspectives with modern dilemmas and even hints at future paradigms.
Yeah,
It's really a layered debate.
absolutely. And it kind of makes you think, is the very framework that pushed innovation now turning into a tool for control?
Exactly. And that's one of the juiciest parts. The conversation challenges the notion that institutions are just passive actors. Instead, they're deeply intertwined with how technology evolves. It's like the debate pushes us to question whether our current systems can keep pace with change.
For sure. And it seems like Professor Ang really isn't pulling any punches. She forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the same systems driving innovation might, paradoxically, be entangling us in outdated power structures.
Yes, absolutely. And what's striking is the way she blends empirical insights with theoretical nuance. It's as if she's saying, we need a robust conversation to reshape the future. And that conversation is exactly what we see here. It really invites you to get reflective.
I'm curious though, do you think that her approach, with all its depth, might sometimes come off as a bit too critical of the institutions it discusses?
That's a valid challenge. While her critique is necessary and, well, refreshing, there's a balancing act. At times, the exploration might feel overwhelmingly skeptical, and one wonders if it might benefit from, acknowledging some of the institution's positive contributions as well. It's a delicate balance.
Right. It's almost like asking, can we appreciate the complexity of modern governance without casting everything in a negative light?
Precisely. And that's what makes the dialogue so engaging. It doesn't shy away from the shades of gray. The conversation digs into topics like digital authoritarianism and networked governance, framing these issues within a global context that spans across regions and ideologies.
And that global angle really underlines the fact that these aren't isolated issues. Whether it's policymaking in one country or global tech governance, everything's connected.
Exactly. Plus, the format itself, this unpolished, in depth dialogue distributed via YouTube, opens up these academic debates to a much broader audience. It's genuinely democratizing deep thought. It makes high level discourse accessible in a way that traditional academic outlets might not.
I was also intrigued by how this discussion intersects with other related content, like the chat with Jeff Mulgan, which seems to pop up as a complementary conversation. It's like multiple voices conversing over a shared stage.
Right. These intersections create a network of dialogue. It's almost like the ecosystem of ideas is expanding, each conversation fueling the next, and together they form a tapestry of how we understand global shifts.
It kind of reminds me of that analogy where, each thread adds strength to the fabric. But I'm wondering, does the sheer length and depth make it a bit heavy for everyday listeners?
That's a fair point. The depth means it's definitely more academic than casual. It demands your attention, and if you're not used to such intensive dialogue, it might feel dense. But its very density is also its power. It compels you to really think about the issues at hand. Knowledge isn't always easy.
True, sometimes the richest insights require a little extra effort from us. And I guess that's the trade-off between depth and ease, right?
Exactly. And the idea is to spark ongoing dialogue. When you listen to such conversations, you're not just absorbing information, you're being invited to join a broader debate on how society should navigate these turbulent technological waters.
That invitation to engage critically is invaluable. It reminds me too that in our current media landscape, such unfiltered, long-form discussions are becoming rare gems amid clickbait and sound bites.
Yes, and what's encouraging is that the presentation is refreshingly authentic. There's no heavy editing to dilute the intensity of the ideas. They come across raw and, well, real. It's like having a
Exactly.
genuine conversation with a mentor.
You know, it's also interesting how these academic exchanges have implications for everyday politics by linking theory with the practical realities of policymaking, especially in our digital age.
Absolutely, and it emphasizes the importance of intellectual rigor in public debates. Professor Ang's insights remind us that the future of policy isn't predetermined. It's subject to the careful, sometimes difficult crafting of ideas and institutions.
And that seems crucial in an era where tech innovation is so rapid and the consequences of decisions are, well, monumental.
Exactly. It's like, the conversation isn't just speculative, it has direct implications for how we might reform and re envision our governance structures in a digital world. It makes you see the bigger picture.
It also strikes me that this style, where academic debate meets accessible media, might be a blueprint for how experts can actually reach the public. Do you think that's a trend we'll see more of?
Yes, indeed. When experts use platforms like YouTube and engage in these lengthy, in depth conversations, they break the mold of traditional academia. It's like a live workshop of ideas, a direct, unfiltered transmission of thought provoking content that empowers viewers to think beyond the surface.
That empowerment is key. It bridges the gap between scholarly debates and everyday concerns, don't you think?
Certainly. By fostering an environment where challenging ideas are openly discussed and dissected, it also encourages continuous learning and critical engagement among the audience.
Yeah.
It definitely pushes us all to ask tougher questions.
And that's exactly what we need, right? In these times, thoughtful dialogue about such complex issues can really shape public discourse and even policy.
Absolutely. So, if you're eager to explore the intricate nexus of technology, governance, and global change, this conversation with Professor Yuen Ang is a must watch. It's a chance to see how deep analysis connects with our everyday digital lives.
I agree. There's so much food for thought here. And even if some parts feel a bit dense, the effort you put in is rewarded with a much clearer understanding of our global challenges.
Exactly. And it even provokes questions that extend beyond the video into how we, as a society, will shape the future of technology and power. It truly is a conversation that reverberates far beyond its 87-minute span. It kind of sticks with you.
Well, thanks for breaking that down. I'm definitely intrigued enough to dive deeper into it and see what insights I can gather for myself.
Anytime. It's all about enriching our understanding and keeping the dialogue alive. So, for those ready to challenge conventional thinking and engage with layered ideas, give that full conversation a watch.
Absolutely. It's been a thought-provoking session, reminding us that even in our digital, fast-paced world, deep conversation is still, essential.
Right on. Keep questioning, keep debating, and keep exploring the intersections of technology and society. Until next time.
Until next time,